What's good, everybody? I hope everybody's having a great week so far. We're here to do a reading about facing fears. So if you've been having some fears surrounding a move you need to make, a decision you need to make, we're going to look into what's holding you back and what you can do to face that fear so that way you can begin to move forward. All right, guys, don't forget to like, share, subscribe if you haven't done that already. Remember, guys, not every detail of these readings are going to resonate, but if they do, be sure to check out my Patreon page. I'll put the information for that down below in the description box. Also, for the month of December, I'm offering $25 personal readings. Usually those readings are a lot more expensive, so take advantage of that offer that I'm offering through the month of December. Also, $35 mediumship readings. This is where we connect to a loved one that has passed, and you know, I think those are very, very beneficial for people who have lost someone. So make sure to check those out. I'll put the information on how to schedule those down below in the description box as well. All right, so let's get started. Facing your fears. We're going to start off with one of these Angel Wisdom Tarot cards. This is going to give us a message, and then we'll break it down. We're going to look into what fears are holding you back. Why is it so hard for you to let go of these fears? Where do those fears stem from, and how you can face it to release that energy so that way you can move forward. Because we don't want to stay stagnant in our fears, because our fears can really hold us back from accomplishing the goals that we want to accomplish and getting the best life possible for ourselves, right? So we're going to look into that today. All right, guys. So let's get one of these messages for you from the Angel Wisdom Tarot deck. What message do you... Okay. So we have the Five of Earth. The Five of Pentacles talks a lot about, this is the Five of Pentacles. The Five of Earth is the Five of Pentacles. This talks a lot about worry. This says negative thoughts are manifesting into real challenges. Fears surrounding money. Reach out to others for assistance. Poor timing for becoming self-employed. Okay, so if you're wondering about if you should, we're going to look into that. And we're going to see what your outcome will be once you let go of these fears, okay? So it could be fears about changing your career, and it's worrying you because it has a lot to do with your money. You know, I was going to use this deck, and it's the card at the bottom is the work card. All right, so let's see what fears are holding you back. What are the fears that are holding you back? All right, it's fears surrounding money. You might need to reach out to others for some kind of help, assistance, whatever that may be to you in your circumstances. All right. So what are the fears that are holding you back? What fears are holding you back? What fears are holding you back? Money, your stability. You're worried about your stability. If I make these changes, will I be stable? It could be because you're needing clarity on something. Hopefully these readings will help bring that clarity, okay? Why is it hard for you to let go of this? Why is it hard for you to let go of making these changes, you know, your stability? You could be very stable at this moment, and you want to make a change when it comes to your career, and you know, there's something that's holding you back. What is that? Why is it hard for you to let go of that fear of making that change? Why is it hard for this group to... Okay, so it could be somebody in your family. It could be your partner. It could just be someone close to you that hold on, guys. Okay, so why is it hard for you to let it go, because it might require you to make some sacrifices. It might require you to communicate this with your partner about making a change in direction, because the page of the Page of Wands talks about relocation. So making this change might require you to relocate, and you know that if you're thinking, remember, you're worried about your stability. You might not have the clarity on this quite yet. This is what's holding you back: the lack of clarity, the fear of uprooting and losing that stability that you have. And it's requiring you to have courage to communicate this with your partner about possibly needing to leave, relocate, because you're thinking, okay, if I relocate, it's going to bring me the abundance, it's going to bring me the stability. You're afraid of letting this go when you know that it can bring you the, you're going from the queen to the king. It's bringing you even more stability, right? So this is why it's hard for you to let go, because it's going to require you to have the courage and the strength. And it could be leaving a partner behind. It might require you to leave someone behind. All right. Where does this fear stem from? Where does this fear stem from? Where does this fear stem from? Let's see where this fear stems from. Where does the fear stem from? Somebody, it can come from past deceptions. If we're talking about money, it could have been, it could be fear from, you've made a change in your work before, and all it brought was manipulation and deceit and cruelty. So you thought it was going to be, you thought by making this, you thought, oh, I'm really going to like this. It's going to bring me a lot of abundance. And it could have been that instead of following your heart, you followed your passion. I don't know why I said that. Because following your passion isn't bad. But if you're doing it for the wrong reasons, that's what it could have been. We'll look into that. Let's see how you can face your fear. How can you face your fear? How can you best face your fear? Oh my gosh. How can you best face your fear? Sorry guys, my cards just flipped all over. Okay, let's try this again. How can you best face your fear? How can you face your fears? Oh, okay. Where does this stem from? Again, I want to go back to this. You could have acted impulsively, not really thinking things through. So, it could have been like somebody was very charming. Someone was very charming, making you believe that this is going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment, right? And instead it was more impulsive, I want to say. So you didn't really think it through, and that's what's holding you back. I'm stable right now, but moving in a new direction, am I really being logical and clear? So those are the fears holding you back, because in the past, you could have acted impulsively, and all it did was bring manipulation, because someone could try to convince you, oh, it's going to bring you a lot of emotional fulfillment, it's going to be great for you, right? And you, excuse me, you could have acted impulsively instead of really thinking things through. So let's see how you can face your fear. How can... We got the Three of Wands. Oh, God, I got my cards. The Three of Wands talks about teamwork, expansion, travel. Teamwork. And it would require you to travel. Okay, so let's look into this. Hold on, guys. I gotta pick up these cards that I dropped. Alright, so let's break this down, okay, guys? Alright, so your fear's holding you back. What is the Queen of Pentacles? We already know it's like your stability. That's what's holding you back, your stability. You don't want to risk your stability. You need to get clarity on the situation, right? So let's see what clarity you need. You're waiting for the clarity. What does Spirit have to say about this clarity? Yeah, you want clarity on if this new venture is going to leave you out in the cold, you know, in a state of worry, in a state of lack. Will this new collaboration leave me in this state again, right? Okay. Why is this hard for you to let go? You got the Strength and the Two of Cups. Needing to have the courage, right? You need to get the courage. You need to get courage. You feel like you don't have courage right now. That's why it's hard for you to let it go. Because again, it could require you to have to move away from a partner to have this victory. Let's look into this Page of Wands, this relocation. This relocation, you know, it's putting you in the state of having to put up boundaries, and being persistent. Knowing what it is that you need, what you want, right? To get this abundance. But you're stuck in your head right now. You're stuck in your head. You could be up at night like wondering, should I move forward? Should I end this? What should I do? Because you're trying to get to this. You're trying to get to even more stability than what you have now. And you're afraid of having to move away from could be that the people you're moving away from could be a group, or it could just be one person. They're almost afraid that you're going to have the victory. And they could be causing you to second guess yourself. Yeah, we got the King of Pentacles again to clarify the King of Pentacles. And somebody wants to end that for you. This is why it's hard for you to let go, because somebody's trying to bring imbalance in your life, you know? Someone's trying to bring imbalance in your life. They don't want you to reach this status, because not only are you trying to get to, you know, you're trying to be more stable, right? To become this King of Pentacles. You know you can reach this status, but somebody's trying to end it, because not only are you're not only going to go from the queen to the king, but you're going to go to the emperor. This is the boss. This is the CEO. You know, this person is in complete control of their life, and somebody wants to end that. How do they do that? By creating imbalance in your life. Wow, guys. They could be telling you, oh, well, you know, you're not going to succeed at this. And they're planting doubt in your mind. And it could be somebody that you care about. Having the courage, you know, they could be afraid that you will succeed. All right, guys. This stems from past betrayals, past impulses that you've had, where you've chased the money, the love, the desire for money, instead of something that is more suited for your spirit, your soul. You know, it was more the desire for money. So let's see what Spirit has to say about this, okay? What can you tell me about the King of Swords, the Knight of Swords in reverse, and the Seven of Swords? What can you tell me about this? What can you tell me about this? Again, hold on. Okay, so acting impulsively, right? Which led you down a road of manipulation, deceit, you know, just sneaky behavior when it came to this work situation. So you got communication thinking, oh, you know, this is going to be great. We're going to manifest this great outcome, right? You thought it was going to bring you your wish fulfillment. You thought it was going to bring happiness, but then you ended up having to move away from that. So now you kind of don't want to go put yourself in that same situation when it comes to your work. You know, you don't want to be trapped in a bad work relationship, a bad work environment. This is where your fears are stemming from. Past mistakes that you have made when it came to work. You know, and then it's like you overcame that. You overcame that. The reason why you go through these things is because there's something that you have to learn to trust yourself, okay? Just because someone else is telling you, oh, try to paint this image of this happy, fulfilling, abundant life, you take someone else's word and not trust yourself. But you overcame. So now you're more stable in your life, and now you're kind of afraid to get back in that situation. But once you learn those lessons, you've overcome this type of situation before. So moving forward, you have the wisdom, you have the knowledge that you need, so that way you don't fall into these same patterns, right? You know how to pause and reflect. And that's what you're doing. You're pausing, you're reflecting. You're like, I want to get the clarity before I, you know, make this change, because right now I'm stable. I don't want to make the same mistakes. So you're waiting for clarity, and that's great. But you're allowing your negative thoughts to create that reality. So you need to reach out to someone to get the support, the clarity, whatever information that you need to get to get the clarity. Whatever it is that you need to do, that's what you need to do. Reach out. Okay? All right, so how can you face your fear? We have the Three of Wands. How can you face your fear? Teamwork. Remember, get the clarity, get the support that you need to get the clarity. It might require you to collaborate and you know, work with others. And again, travel. All right, so what can you tell us about this 3 of Wands, Spirit? You need to get the clarity you got to get support from people that you trust, because right now you are trapped. You're not seeing things clearly. Your thoughts are keeping you trapped. And once you get the clarity, you can end this situation of this feeling of being stuck and trapped. Once that ends and you make the decision to move away, when it comes to your work, what's going to be the outcome? We have the Hierophant. You're going to have victory. You'll have the victory. Right now, Spirit might be telling you, don't, again, this card, Spirit could be saying, don't just rush into things. Remember, you learned this lesson before. You've learned this lesson before. Don't act impulsively and just take the offer because it sounds good. Pause, reflect, okay? And you will have the victory once you get the clarity. Right now it's saying poor timing for becoming self-employed. So it might not be the proper time to move forward. If you move too quickly, it can cause a tower moment and you'll be right back in the situation that you just got yourself out of. Don't let people paint a pretty picture for you. Oh, you're going to make all this money if you come over here. Don't let people do that to you. You've done this before. And it left you in a state of lack, in a state of I want to say depression. Instability. Spirit's like instability. You've been in a place of instability. And you've had these tower moments before because you acted too impulsively. So Spirit's saying, don't do that. You will have the victory, but you need to take time. Meditate. Get the clarity. It might come to you in your dreams even. And then once you get that clarity, you'll know when is the appropriate time to move away from the situation you're in to calmer waters. But right now you're trapped. You're feeling trapped. And you might be feeling trapped because you just don't have the clarity yet. And sometimes Spirit allows us to be stuck until we can get the clarity to move forward before we move forward. Because, Spirit wants you to have the happiness. Spirit wants you to have the best outcome. But, we have to do it in divine time and not fully just, trusting in other people. We need to learn to trust ourselves first. What advice do you have for this group? What advice do you have? The world talks about lessons already learned. You've learned these lessons before. So it's like Spirit's saying, the Page of Pentacles is someone who's slow moving. You tug away, work, slowly. It's slow going, okay? But it's necessary for you to move slowly before, not jump into something very quickly, because you're going to end up very disappointed with what you get if you move that way. Because when you're waiting for the clarity, once you get the clarity, you're going to know if this is the correct path for you. You don't want to end up disappointed. You want to have celebration. You want to celebrate the changes that you've made, the direction that you've gone. You want to celebrate that. But if you move too quickly and just act impulsively, you're going to be disappointed with the outcome. So Spirit's saying, you've learned these lessons before. You've learned these lessons before. Don't repeat past mistakes. Reach out to others if you need the extra support. You need to get things clear about whatever it is that they're offering you. It's Yeah, you need to know what it is that you want before you accept anything. Be clear on what it is that you want, what you desire, what you hope for, that what you desire the outcome to be. Okay? Any final advice for this group, Spirit, before I let them go? Final advice before I let them go? Trust yourself. Trust your intuition. Don't worry. You know, again, it says negative thoughts are manifesting into real challenges. It's creating more challenges because you're just stuck in your head thinking of all the possible bad things that could happen. So refocus your thoughts into what it is that you desire. You know, that high priestess, she's all knowing. Trusting your intuition, knowing what it is that you desire. So you're not just thinking of all the bad, but thinking of what it is that you want to create for the future. If you don't, you know, it could kill anything that you have going forward, because you're creating, you're manifesting that into reality, the negative thoughts. You don't want to do that. You want to change the way you think. Know what it is that you desire and get clarity on that, and not let the people around you telling you this is how things should be, this is how things should look. What is it that your soul needs? What is it that your spirit needs to be happy? And we have the Knight of Swords. It's like he's holding up that sword. In this deck, he's holding up that sword. That swords talk about truth. Holding up that truth. This is what I want, and charging for that. But you can't just charge it if you're not clear. You have to get clear. Because if you don't, if you're not clear, you're just stuck in your head, and it's gonna kill and bring just difficult situations to your life, because that's what you're creating. But once you get clear and you know the truth of what it is that you need, what it is that you want, you're going to be able to charge forward. All right? All right, guys. Well, I think I'm going to leave that there. I hope this helped. And don't forget to check out my Patreon page. I put the information for that down below in the description box. Also, for the month of December, I'm offering $25 20-minute readings. We can discuss any topic from work, love, health, family matters, whatever it is that you want to discuss. You know, we can do that in those readings. I'm also offering $35 20-minute mediumship readings. So this is where you can connect to a past loved one. This is really healthy and beneficial for people who have recently, or even, you know, not so recently, lost somebody. That, you know, it will help heal those, you know, bring some type of closure. That's the goal. All right, so don't forget to take advantage of that. For the month of December, I'm offering those readings at those prices. Usually they're a lot more, so take advantage of that. Okay, all right, guys. If not, we will see you guys next time. I hope you have a great rest of your week and have a great weekend, guys.